Okay, at 7 o'clock, let's call meeting in order, please. Everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Walsall.
Present.
Coe.
Here.
Wilczewski.
Here.
Pat.
Here.
Bunkhauser.
Here.
Frieders.
Here.
Teeling. Chirulis.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Any amendments to tonight's agenda? We do have one presentation this evening for our deputy clerk, Lisa Pickering. Lisa, would you please come up in front here and for the large crowd we have assembled this evening? Well, Lisa did go above and beyond in her job duties, which she always does. We'd like to present a certificate of recognition to you. Mayor and City Council of the United City of Yorkville present this certificate to Lisa Pickering in recognition for due diligence and record keeping and thorough fact checking, resulting in the discovery of several forged insurance documents and the prosecution and conviction of the individual who submitted these documents. Presented this 8th day of September 2015. Lisa, thank you very much. Nice job, Lisa.
Thank you.
Nothing gets by Lisa. Okay, we have no public hearings. Do we have any citizen comments tonight on items that are on the agenda this evening? Hearing none, I'll go on to consent agenda. A motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Bunkhauser.
Aye.
Wilczewski.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Teeling.
Aye.
Frieders.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Walsall.
Aye.
Chirulis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular city council meetings of August 11th, 2015 and August 25th, 2015 as presented.
So moved. Second.
Comments, questions, or corrections on the minutes? All those in favor of approving the minutes as presented, please state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to mayor's report. I have a proclamation for Lincoln Police Officer Day and Paint Illinois Blue. This is a campaign that was started by the Illinois chapter of Wives Behind the Badge. So we'd like to read the proclamation. Whereas we rely on law enforcement officers to keep our city safe, to enforce our laws, and respond in times of crisis. And whereas so far in 2015, 83 law enforcement officers have died in the line of duty. And whereas the members of the Yorkville Police Department face the threat of violence and danger every day, and they put their lives on the line to defend ours. And whereas they also serve our community by protecting the innocent against deception and fraud. And whereas in times of crisis, they leave their own families to protect ours. And whereas our community is made safer every time a law enforcement officer takes a drunk driver off the street or a child predator is brought to justice, so we must show our gratitude to these officers every day. Now therefore, I, Gary J. Galinsky, Mayor of the United City of Yorkville, do hereby proclaim September 19th as Thank You Police Officer Day in the United City of Yorkville, and do hereby call upon all citizens to show their pride and appreciation for all of our law enforcement officers by thanking an officer and also by displaying something blue. I encourage everyone to help paint Illinois blue to show our support of these courageous men and women. Dated this 8th day of September 2015. They are asking if you do decorate your lawns or houses or trees with blue ribbon or something, take pictures, and I know there was an email for the chapter of Wives Behind the Badge that was looking for photos for the press. So paint Illinois blue September 19th. I do have an appointment to Park Board. I will entertain a motion to approve the mayor's appointment of Sash Demanovic to Park Board to a term ending in May 2018.
Second.
Any comments or questions on this appointment? Roll call, please.
Coe.
Aye.
Teeling.
Aye.
Frieders.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Walsall.
Aye.
Chirulis.
Aye.
Bunkhauser.
Aye.
Wilczewski.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution to accept a shared services study created with assistance from CMAP between the Village of Oswego, Village of Montgomery, and the United City of Yorkville and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Yes, sir.
Point of clarification. Do all agreements that are entered into as a result of this study have to be approved by the city council? Or can they be approved at the staff level?
It really depends on the amount of the expenditure. It would be subject to our normal purchasing authority. So if it's less than $20,000 and doesn't require any additional major liability to the city, staff would be able to approve it. And if it's greater than $20,000, spans multiple years, or there's some element of significant increase in liability, then it would have to be approved by city council. So it doesn't really change anything that's already in place.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
The only thing I would say is that with this being enacted, I would just ask that we have regular updates on any progress or anything that's being done, whether it be your council or committees.
Anything else? Roll call, please.
Teeling. Aye. Reuters. Pat.
Aye.
Wolfson.
Aye.
Rules.
Aye.
Funkhauser.
Aye.
Machuski.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, no committee reports, no park board planning commissioner, ZBA reports, no city council report, city clerk's report, any community and liaison reports? Yes, sir.
Library board?
Yes, let's hear what's going on with the
Well,
library.
I understand now why Alderman Colosimo was not reluctant to give up his liaison duties with library. I think, as you know, the library has asked for some assistance from the city in taking care of some, I'll call them some housekeeping issues, some general maintenance issues, and maybe a larger issue of that building really needing to be painted. I know that city staff has been asked to take a look at it. I've looked at the building myself, and there are a number of issues. I think landscaping is a big issue. I think power washing of the building would go a long ways to getting rid of all the insect nests and whatever. And there's some minor issues of tuck pointing and that need to be done. And maybe I'll just pass one photo around here of the roof garden.
No.
Which is growing in the gutters.
Green roofs are in there, aren't they?
I think it would be good though if for those who haven't really been to the library in a while, take a walk around that building and just see what the conditions are, and that I don't think it would take that much work to really make an improvement over there.
Yeah, it is a beautiful building, and I know we're talking about it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else from library board?
Nope.
Any other liaison reports? Staff reports?
No reports?
Additional business? Now, Tim's not here to give us an update on hometown days. We're assuming everything went well.
Yes, I know he was saying that attendance was very high, for each one of the individual nights and the music attractions that they had, they were surpassing records. Carnival sales were good, so I know he's gonna have a full financial and, just data report for everybody here in the next month or so.
Good, yeah, I was there Friday and Saturday, and seemed like things were going good, so. Okay. That's all we got, executive session. We'll adjourn to executive session for the purpose of collective negotiating matters and for litigation. And after executive session, there will be no action taken. Took you longer than thought As soon as Alderman Teeling gets back, we can start. Where'd Diane go?
She went.
All right, we'll have enough people here. So we'll re-adjourn and go on to citizen comments. Sir, if you have something you'd like to share.
Army of one.
An army of one, yes, you are.
Even the first one. All right, well, David Anderson, 506 West Madison Street, Yorkville, okay? And what I wanted to address today, and which I've done a little cursory homework, I spoke with God, Milszewski, is it? Regarding the sewage fee of $76, one size fits all. And I did look into it a little bit, like I say, asked questions of numerous neighbors and so forth, a few people here. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure I like this picture. Because for $76, I should be getting 6,919 cubic feet of sewage processed. I've only got 500. So how is it my bill is for 500 or is for 6,900? So the question to you all will be is, where is the sewage going? Who's using the lion's share of it? I understand that the 7611 initiated back 12, 13 years ago, whenever it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I did speak these folks earlier, that this was to be set aside for what was then the construction of the new sewage treatment plant. So the question becomes, has it been paid off? Has that construction cost been paid off? I draw the analogy of our wonderful tollway system here, that, oh yeah, we're going to have a tollway authority, and we're going to have toll roads, and the tolls are going to pay for them. Well, we know this happened. Not saying that the same has happened here, but the question is, what has happened? Has this construction project been paid off? Or are we, meaning you too, are we subsidizing some other entities here? Is somebody getting a free ride for the 1,300 or so that I've put out over the past 3.5 years over and above, because the usage again is only 7% of the 6,919. My bill theoretically should be $5.50 and not $76.11. So that was one thing I wanted to bring up all of you here. And well, actually, we do have somebody in the audience here. Good, there's somebody else. Well, now I don't feel alone. Good, didn't before anyways. But in any event, that was the first and foremost item that I wanted to address here. I just brought the bell along if anybody wanted to see it to check my numbers, okay? And I would like my alderman, both of them, alderwoman, alderman, to respond at some time to me directly with the answers to these questions, which I'm sure Mr. Olson has the answers, certainly the numbers, because his sewage department knows how much is going through that plant daily, where it's coming from, so that they can anticipate all the problems, breakdowns in sewer pipes, freezing, so forth and so on. City of Chicago does the 5 sections, you know how they work. In any event, so that was the first item, most important to me, because it's dollars and cents out of my pocket and others. Second item, and I'm just gonna run this up the flagpole. I've got a degree in science. It's not in botany or arborism, if you will, and I've been accused of a little bit of being a bit of a tree hugger. And I wanted to say this as gently as I could. And I don't know if I will. The company that you hired to do your landscaping here is doing a damn good job of killing all the trees. Do I need to repeat that? They're doing it by piling up mulch at the base of these trees. One example right out front, the Norway maple with, it's gonna be about that high, right around the base. Guaranteed to kill that tree. Guaranteed. Now, does anybody here know what the journalist's adage is? Cameraman? You know what that is? No.
I would Tony Scott would have known, he left though.
If your mother tells you something, check it out. So don't take my word for it. Call Martin Arboretum. As I have done numerous times, as well as University of Extension, the Illinois Extension Services up in St. Charles up there on Yorkville Road. Okay. The Arboretum has programs for municipalities. Not free. But you tell them what you got growing, and they'll tell you the care and feeding of it. Guarantee you. They'll tell you that you're doing your darndest to kill these trees. And I'm talking about the ones not here, not just here, but the ones around the library, the ones over in Town Square Park, the one around the county buildings. Trees that could live for, in a lot of cases, a lot of these, the maples and so forth, a good 100, 150 or plus years. I can guarantee you that mulch is going to kill them. 10 years from now, you'll be replaced. I just wanted to bring that up. It's not a criticism, really. Somebody needs to take note for the betterment of everybody. I pay out a whole lot of money 10 years from now if you don't handle it today and do something about it. That's all. I'm done. You can all go home.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson, and I'm sure if you leave contact information with Parky, follow up with you on the sewage fee and landscaping.